welcome to the Colorado Quan. I'm SifuZ.
Johan here.
And we're going to start a new series here. We have kind of several series going on.
Yeah.
But that's what a series does. It starts and then ends. So if you haven't already seen, I would suggest a prerequisite to this series would be the Intro to Wing Chun series. So if you haven't seen that yet, go ahead and stop this, pause this, and check out the Intro to Wing Chun series. If you already have done that and you're looking for more content, this is the pickup point. Now, there's an offshoot point, which is Wing Chun Talk. That's our sort of like vlogcast, right? And so that's where we're kind of just sitting back and talking Wing Chun and looking at other people's Wing Chun. After you check this out, definitely go check out the Wing Chun Talk series and the Other People's Wing Chun segment to that series.
Right.
Boy, that's a mouthful.
Yeah.
So
there it is.
But we're trying to keep all this content organized for you so that way, you can make more use of it. So now that you've done the introduction to Wing Chun, you know the basic concept of what Wing Chun is. Now I want to go into specific techniques that you can apply, of course, in a self-defense martial arts setting, but also apply just in your everyday use, like body posture, how your posture might be when you're doing certain activities, right? So this is what I am formally calling the Brat.
The Brat?
The Brat. Yes, so the first technique we're showing in this series is the Brat. And the Brat is an important concept because the Brat does what? It doesn't do what it's told to do. Right? And so it's kind of taken on the persona of the Brat, right? And you know a child's will is the strongest will, right? Next to perhaps only that of a woman. But we're in a female martial arts, so this is our homage. All right, so the Brat. In Wing Chun, we have something called Kimima. Okay? So, let me back up just a second. Literally, let me just back up just a second. All right? Yeah, I don't like this any more than you do. So, what I want you to do is go ahead and go behind and pick me up from my waist. And pick me up. Right, and put me back down. Thank you. Right, so, and also this way. Okay, good. Now, do the same thing, right? But I'm going to do the move, which is called the Brat. Okay? Go ahead. Oh. Big difference. Try it again.
Yeah. I feel like twice the weight.
Right.
More.
Right. Okay, so this is a huge technique. It's the Brat.
The Brat.
Yeah, it's easy to remember, right? Especially if you have kids and you try to pick them up and they don't want to be picked up. What do? They come twice as heavy, 10 times as heavy, right? Now, the way we do that is through Kimima. So we point our toes in, right? And again, I have this detailed in Intro to Wing Chun, so I'm not really going to go really into the stance. Just check out Intro to Wing Chun and you'll see all of this stuff detailed for you. So what I'm giving now is how to apply these concepts, right? So we know in our Kimima, point our knees in, toes in, bend the knees. We're pivoting our pelvis forward, right? So, I mean, think about it. Somebody's coming at you from behind. You want to whoop, close up everything there, but it also helps to draw everything down, right? So now, how is this working? You might have heard this before of like, it's chi. You're using your chi to ground yourself. No. It's just physics, really. Because what's happening is when I was standing like this, I was a straight line. Now, how easy is it to pick something up that's upright and straight, right? As opposed to something that's awkward. And so when I do this, I'm really offsetting the balance of everything that you were previously lifting. Right. Makes sense, right? Yeah, so now I'm heavy this way, I'm heavy this way, you know. And now from this particular position, it doesn't mean you can't lift me. It means that you have to, if you do lift me, you're going to use more power to do so.
Right.
Okay? So with that, when you have to use more power, you're slower.
Right.
Right? And when you're slower, it allows me an opportunity to do something. So there's a lot of things that you could do, right? But one of the things that we've shown, I've shown it before, and it's worth showing again, because without this technique, it sets up the other technique really nicely. So you're picking me up from here. Yeah, now I sink, right? But one of the things that I'm also going to do is I'm going to use that pivoting. So you've seen that before as well. You could keep solid, right? Yeah. Now let go for a second. I want to show you something. I got to remake the postures video, but the postures of the Wing Chun are Bonsao Tonsao, right? Bonsao Tonsao, Bonsao Tonsao, Bonsao Tonsao are very common postures in Wing Chun. Now, what is that like? It's sort of like this, right? Here's Bonsao Tonsao, Bonsao Tonsao. I'm just bringing it out more now, right? Still Bonsao Tonsao, but I'm bringing it out. So this is the important aspect of this, being able to sink, being able to pivot, and being able to Bonsao Tonsao. Now, I'm going to do all that, right? You have me, right? I sink, I pivot, right? Now, I'm going to Kamsao with this. I'll show you. And that I just need a little bit of space, right, that I can get through, right? Again, getting through right here, right? And now that allows me to do stuff, right? Now in this particular case, I'm just here, Kamsao down, and instead of swimming inside, which is harder, I'm just going to swim outside. Now this gives me my Kimura position right here. Now I can hold this tight, and now I can boom, right? Boom. I can do a takedown, a back roll takedown, right? There's a lot of stuff that can be done from the Kimura, right? Or I can just get away and get out of there, which is usually the best thing to do if you can. If you can get out of there, don't keep engaging. By all means, go. This is again self-defense, right? Now, if it were more sport fighting and I were about to get suplexed, right? So now I'd fight and I'd commit more to this Kimura and maybe go to the ground, right? Go to the right. Yeah. You see, go to the ground and roll and stuff like that. But the problem is, in real life, you're not guaranteed an outcome there necessarily, right? Whereas if you can just sort of, you've been caught off guard and you use it just to break free, this is a much better place to be, right? Or if you can break free, right, and then go to the back, right? So now I'm at his back, right? I'm at his back now. So again, being able to break free and just go to the back, right here. And again, now go as if you're going to get this right. So here, I can now use that pressure if I'm grabbing my legs, right? And again, I'm just going to show you, because it's important to understand transition, right? So from here, 1, 2, you go for my legs, right? And 3. You see? Depending on what they do, really decides how you're going to respond to that. So the important lesson there is that knowing what to do when they do one thing, you do another. Understanding what your options are, very important. If you try to force your options, you're going to be limited. But if you can go any option, oh, you're going to go for my legs, great. Oh, you're going to try to suplex me, great. You're going to try to do a hugging sort of a hip squeeze takedown kind of a thing, then you do yet another thing, right? So there's a lot of techniques once you start getting into it, but the important technique here, and none of this other stuff will work if you don't do the brat, which is no, I'm not getting picked up. And you don't get light, you stay heavy, and you stay awkward, right? Because maybe if they're picking you up, I'll show you what I mean. So you're already picking me up, go ahead and pick me up, right? But then look, yeah, I turn, you pick me up, right? And now look, I'm really creating a very difficult thing for him to pick up, right? I could even really go to pick me up, strong. Look, I'm just tom-sawing underneath his leg. So now he can't pick me up, right? Now I could just wham or whatever. I mean, something goofy. No. All I'm saying is that technique of being heavy and then offsetting your weight is very effective, because otherwise if you just stay and freeze, it gives them a solid body to work with and to manipulate. And in this case, they're going to try to suplex you or throw you down. So if you become an awkward weight for them to throw, it's not going to be a very effective suplex, and it's probably a really good point to escape from. All right, guys. That's it for today, and there's a lot to chew on there. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, we certainly like to hear them in the comments below. If you haven't done so already, subscribe and hit that notification bell. And like I said, if you didn't see the intro to Wing Chun, go back and check out that whole series, and that will help to sort of prime you for a lot of what I'm going to be throwing at you in this particular series. We have shirts. You can see, get them in the description below. We have shirts with the black and white imagery of the Manakawa girl, and this says Manakawa Hawaiian style Wing Chun Kung Fu with the color version. I don't think this is available anymore. Now this version is available with the Manakawa girl on the back. We also got fanny packs. Yeah, okay, I had a hard time saying it, but yeah, we got fanny packs of all different kinds of colors. My favorite right here is the sort of, I call this Baywatch orange. And it says, powered by Kung Fu, and then on the top, in some weird way, yeah. So SifuZ.com, real little in the corner, just a little reminder, right, of where it's all at. And in fact, anything that you need for training in Wing Chun Kung Fu, we got on SifuZ.com. Just go to the merch section. We got the Wing Chun, the gear, the lights, the camera, the action, and of course the apparel. And the most important thing is we have the instruction for you so that you can really get the most out of this amazing martial art. All right, guys, I'll see you next time.